This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Schools in session in the Hazleton Area School District. Will talk to the outgoing superintendent who thinks there's a bright future ahead for the district. It's a new week. Let's make it a good one. Thanks for spending part of your day with us, everyone. I'm Ken Kara. Watch us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and take us on the go with you with the Samsung Productions app. Here's your headlines now from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. 2 raids were conducted this morning in the borough of Freeland. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, federal, state, and local law enforcement authorities participated. The raids took place on Washington Street and Center Street in Freeland. 2 people were reportedly taken into custody. The raids were part of an ongoing arson and firearms investigation. State police, along with officers from Weatherly, Hazleton, and Butler Township, assisted, and you could read more about the raid at standardspeaker.com. In an effort to deter crime in one part of the city of Hazleton, Hazleton police are using an effort called crime prevention through environmental design. Police recommended to the mayor and several city departments that the park benches and table located at Vine and Mine Streets be removed. Police say that they have spent countless hours there day and night, moving and citing drunk and disorderly individuals. In a news release issued today, Police Chief Jerry Speziali explains that while the area is constantly being enforced, there are always numerous liquor containers and trash. And police say that even more problematic are the bushes adjacent to the fence for a daycare center, which have a tremendous odor of urine. The chief says that in the interest of public safety and the quality of life for the citizens of Hazleton, the streets department is removing the table and benches today and trimming the trees so lighting will properly shine on the area. The fire department will wash the area down and the police will be strictly enforcing the area. Mayor Jeff Cassatt says that crime prevention through environmental design has a proven impact on the quality of life in a neighborhood. Chief Speziali believes the changes will stop loitering and eliminate this quality of life issue. Hazleton police conducted saturation patrols over the weekend, and in the midst of this special stepped-up effort, they came across a baby who had been left outside of a city bar. These are photos courtesy of the Hazleton Police Department showing the saturation effort Friday night into early Saturday morning. Just after 2 a.m. Saturday, a silver Dodge Caravan with expired registration was stopped at the intersection of North Locust and West Broad Streets. Officers noticed a female in the front passenger seat holding an unrestrained infant. The woman says she did not know the child's mother, but found the baby left outside the second base bar on West Broad Street unattended for 25 minutes. Officers took protective custody of the infant. She was taken to the hospital and Luzerne County Children and Youth was contacted. The baby's mother, 18-year-old Destiny Davila, arrived at the hospital and was taken into custody without incident. She told police she was drinking before she decided to take her 14-month-old daughter to the bar. She says someone offered to watch the baby, but then Davila eventually discovered the baby was missing. Davila is charged with endangering the welfare of children, recklessly endangering another person, underage, and public drunkenness. Over the weekend, Kirby Park in Wilkes-Barre hosted the 6th annual Opioid Awareness Walk. Anyone who attended walked through the park in memory of people who passed away due to an opioid overdose. Aside from the walk, the event featured guest speakers, music, and a memorial quilt. This event also featured a local chapter of a group called Grief Recovery After a Substance Passing, which is available for anyone struggling after the death of a loved one to addiction or overdose. And now a reminder from PennDOT, there will be night work taking place tonight and tomorrow and Wednesday. There will be a single lane closure on Interstate 81 north at exit 190. That's the Dixon City and Main Avenue exit. The on and off ramps between I-81 north and Main Avenue will also be closed and detoured. The closures are expected to happen between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. This past weekend, the Zanolini Nursery in Drums hosted the 18th annual Hot and Stinky Garlic Festival, and this year's event certainly lived up to its name. Anyone who attended the event in the festival on St. John's Road in Drums got to eat some great food and check out the many garlic crafters and garlic farmers there as well. Well, still to come, our first high school football Coal Scale rankings of the year, and we'll visit Holy Family Academy in Hazleton on their first day of school. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Today marked the start of a brand new school year in the Hazleton Area School District. It's also the final first day in the district for Superintendent Dr. Craig Butler. Lisa Sugar reports.
I'm pleased to be joined by Dr. Craig Butler, the outgoing superintendent of schools for the Hazleton Area School District. Literally your last 3 days of school, and it falls now on the first day of the new school year. I guess, Dr. Butler, let's start at the beginning. How did today go from the start so far?
Well, fortunately, Lisa, very, very well. I've heard from several of our principals. They're off to a great start. Teachers are enthusiastic. Kids arrived on buses safely and in a timely manner, and they're off to a great start. A lot of excitement, very positive day so far. Lisa.
Now, if we go back to last year, I know we talked about busing a lot. That was pretty much a major headache with the perfect storm happening. So busing issues ironed out for this year?
I just talked to our director of transportation. I've spoken to several principals. They're indicating that students arrived safely, on time, minus a few very minor glitches. Things seem to be rolling along successfully. And yes, our horrible, mishap from last year, we did not repeat today, thankfully, and I really compliment Melissa Gambini and her staff and all the work that's been put in by her in reviewing routes, meeting with drivers since early last spring to prepare for a smooth opening today.
All right. Well, as we came into the administration building today, we see that new students are still registering. So how serious of a problem is this, and where is your enrollment at right now?
Well, Lisa, I think we're nearing 11,500, and we have students coming in daily. As we're going to be challenged with space, certainly, in some of our buildings, and depending upon grade levels, some of the grade levels are at capacity right now, starting the first day. So we have two options, essentially, where we are at capacity. One would be to bus students to another school where there is space, or if there's additional classrooms available, which is a big question in some of our schools, where essentially there are not any additional classrooms available. If there are, we can add a teacher or two depending upon board approval.
All right, I guess we'll have to wait and see how that plays out as well. Now, you do have a new program, I guess, or it was a new program. It's expanding. Tell us about the expanding hybrid initiative for the district.
Yes, Lisa, we're excited to expand, as you say, the hybrid initiative, which is a three rotational instructional model where the students are involved in direct instruction, technology-based instruction, and collaborative instruction. Now, granted, this doesn't occur every single day of school, but on a fairly frequent basis, and as the teachers implement it, we've moved this initiative now into Freeland and McAdoo, which are two additional schools that we're adding this year. The only two schools that have not implemented to date are Johnson Valley, and that will be, of course, next year. But this is a huge initiative, and I really credit George Donati and our principals and our staff for really just embracing the initiative. We think we're seeing great results and growth with our younger students, and we're excited about what the future's to bring.
Alrighty. And lastly, I did speak with the head of the nursing department, Therese Genalisco, earlier. There are changes in immunization requirements, and students have a limited amount of time to be in compliance.
That's correct. The new law is such that they must, within 5 days, if their immunizations are not complete, they must have them complete within 5 days. I do want to credit our nursing staff, as they've been, for the last several weeks now, at least, have been calling families to make sure that they are aware of the new laws and that they are assertive in making sure their children's immunizations are up to date.
Thanks, Lisa. And Dr. Butler's last day at Hazleton is this Wednesday. Brian Uplinger will take over the post. He's currently serving his final days as the superintendent of the Central Green School District in Western Pennsylvania. Today was also the first day of school for students at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Students and parents arrived at the school on North Church Street this morning, eager to start the new school year. They were greeted by school principal Donald Basic. While he's been in education for more than 4 decades, Basic tells us that he's excited about the new year and some new programs that are being launched.
Actually, we do have a couple of new things this year. We're going to have expanded services for our students who qualify for Title I reading services. We're getting that up to our 6th grade. In the past, it only went up to our 4th grade students. And also English as a second language coverage for many of our students now who come from families that are bilingual will be offered this year, and that's not been done here in the past. So we're very excited about getting those services for our kids. We are still accepting new students. We do have room at all grade levels for students. Our primary grades, though, are getting near our saturation point. So if you have a student in 1st grade or 2nd grade that you're interested in enrolling here, please call us right away. But we will accept enrollments all year. So if those decisions are still in process of being made, it's not too late. I'm starting my 41st year in education this year, and I always sit down during the summer and say, gearing up for another school year, but the first day is always an exciting day. And if I'm not as excited as I should be on a first day, then I shouldn't be here. But it's been a great first day. We're fortunate that our staff and our families here are very supportive of the school, and it's just always an exciting day.
Holy Family Academy houses students in pre-K through 8th grade. For more information, call the school at 570-455-9431.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I have to watch Billy Madison this week, and we all have to watch our weather forecast from the National Weather Service right now. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 52 degrees. On Tuesday, we have a 20% chance of showers after 11 a.m. It will be mostly cloudy, and we'll have a high of 66 degrees. At night on Tuesday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low of 53. Wednesday looks partly sunny with a high of 71. At night, partly cloudy, low in the mid-50s. Thursday, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. It will be mostly sunny with a high near 74. And then for our Thursday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m. Partly cloudy, low 49. Friday, sunny and nice with a high near 65. Mostly clear and cool Friday night, low 45 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Open daily 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays and holidays 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
Here's the numbers that were picked in the midday drawings for the Pennsylvania Lottery. The pick 2 numbers, 1-8, pick 3, 265, pick 4, 1621, pick 5, 84278, and the wild number is 1. When we come back, we'll check out Mayor Cassatt's first pitch at Citizens Bank Park over the weekend.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
The city of Hazleton took center stage at Citizens Bank Ballpark in Philadelphia on Sunday for Hazleton Day, and Mayor Jeff Cassatt took to the pitcher's mound to throw out the first pitch. There's the mayor making us all proud with his pitch that reaches the plate. And there were a lot of people from Hazleton there, including this guy, Joe Madden. The Cubs were in town. It was a pretty cool day, and we'll talk with Mayor Cassatt all about it tomorrow here on SSPTV News. The Phillies, they won the game 6-3 over the Cubs. Well, now it's time to head to the mines for our first high school football Cole Scale rankings of the season. But before we start, here's a little orientation. For our local team struggling a bit and looking for a spark, they go into the lignite grade. Then in the bituminous grade, we have teams that are smoking and just about ready to catch fire. In our top grade, the anthracite grade, we have the hottest teams in the area. Usually in week 1, we have a little log jam in the bituminous grade, BTW. Okay, let's go. In the League Night Grade, it's Shenandoah Valley looking for a spark. The Devils are trying to build up their program and have 20 fighters on their roster who had a tall task of facing North Schuylkill in Week 1 from Division 1 of the Schuylkill League. Shenandoah is a smaller school in Division 2. Quarterback Joseph Carvois threw for 74 yards for the 4-6-2 football crew, and Jason Najunas had 63 yards receiving. The bituminous grade is packed with teams with potential. Hazleton area head coach Mike Brennan said the Cougars couldn't make catastrophic errors in 2017 in the preseason, but he said they did just that against a young Berwick team in a 24-10 loss. The Bulldogs scored on 2 of 3 Hazleton area turnovers, plus a bad snap on a punt gave Berwick great field position, and that led to 3 more Berwick points. Will Barrientos hit a career-long 29-yard field goal for the Big HA, and David Smith had 82 receiving yards. Monoy area went up 14-0 against Towanda, but gave up 28 points in the second half to start the season 0-1. Golden Bears quarterback Matt Lewandowski had 129 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Zane Newbert rushed for 282 yards for Towanda, and he scored the game-winning touchdown with under a minute left in the game. Marion Catholic tops the bituminous grade after they beat Fairfield 19-13. Seth Pollock's 163 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns helped coach Pat Morgan's win in his debut. The 2 hottest teams in our area after Week 1 are in our anthracite grade. We start with North Schuylkill, who shut out Shenandoah Valley. Quarterback Doug Weiss passed for over 140 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Spartans racked up 334 yards of total offense. At the top of the anthracite grade, it's Tamaqua area, who look good on both sides of the ball in their 42-0 win over Minersville. Nick Briner had 141 yards rushing and 4 total touchdowns. 1 was through the air. Nate Boyle rushed for 77 yards for Tamaqua, and the Blue Raiders used Thad Zuber and Brandon Knobloch at quarterback, and they both passed for 71 yards. Tamaqua's defense held Minersville to 133 total yards. And that's Week 1 in the Mines. Of our second Football Friday feature this Friday. Now a quick look at the SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Hazleton area boys split golf matches over the weekend. Matt Boretsky had the low score of 42 for the Big HA in both matches. MMI and Tamaqua scored wins in golf. Morgan Long hit a 40 for MMI, and Jessica McClellan scored a 41. Carson Schooner had a 79 for Tamaqua in 18 holes. They play 9 in the Wyoming Valley Conference, 18 in the Schuylkill League. The Hazleton area girls tennis team, they stayed perfect with a win over Hanover, and Dallas beat MMI. Syracuse beat the Rail Riders on Sunday, but Scranton Wilkes-Barre has clinched a postseason berth with 6 games left to play. Now it's time for Ron Marchetti and Trivia Treats.
Yesterday morning around 1 a.m., Floyd Mayweather TKO'd Conor McGregor to win his 50th fight without a loss. For doing that, even if he would have lost, he earned over $300 million. Hi, everybody. This is Trivia Treats. And exactly 70 years ago, Henry Armstrong became the first boxer to ever claim 3 titles at the same time by capturing the World Lightweight Championship in a bout with fellow American Lou Ambers in 15 rounds at Madison Square Garden. Armstrong entered the ring that night with the featherweight and welterweight crown in hand. The year was 1938. He defeated Ambers in a controversial split decision. Quite a feat, but Armstrong only earned a bit more than $30,000 for that once in many lifetimes feat. It was never done before or since by any fighter. Yesterday, Japan won the Little League World Series. So let's do a Little League World Series trivia. On this day, 44 years ago, in 1973, the Tainan City, Little League of Tainan City in Taiwan, walloped the Cactus Little League of Tucson, Arizona, 12-0 in the championship game of the Little League World Series in Williamsport, PA. In the first 2 games of the 8-team tournament, Taiwan buried a squad from Bitburg Air Force Base in West Germany, 18-0, and another from Tampa, Florida, 27-0. It was the 3rd of 4 consecutive years in which a team from Taiwan won the Little League World Series. They had outscored opponents an astonishing 141-5 in their 12 total triumphs through those 4 years. Mother of God! So due in large part to Taiwan's utter domination, 1971 through 1974, the United States barred all foreign teams from competing in the Little League World Series in 1975. But then after an uproar of criticism, the team ban was rescinded prior to the 1976 Little League World Series. So 1975 was the only year that foreign countries were barred from that event. And finally, one of my Dumb and Dumber trivias that I'm sure you have never heard before. It happened 100 years ago today. A Chicago White Sox pitcher and a catcher somehow obtained a permit from city officials to perform a stunt. Pitcher Big Ed Walsh dropped 23 baseballs one at a time out of a window at the top of the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. Catcher Billy Sullivan made no attempt to catch the first ball dropped in order to gauge speed and trajectory. He then went on to catch the 8th, 10th, and 11th tries, but failed on all the other drops. He caught 3 of 23. What did this stunt prove? Absolutely nothing. I just wanted to humor with one of my all-time bottom 10 dumbest trivias and remind you that even in 1917, strange things were happening. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The Holy Rosary Parish in Hazleton will be hosting a free community luncheon on Saturday, September 9th from 11 a.m. to 12 noon in the community room of the church located at the lower level. If anyone has any questions, you can contact Carolyn Szymanski at 570-455-6390. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Antoinette DiVigili of Hazleton. The Firo Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. Antoinette L. Godala of Hazel Township. Funeral is Thursday at 10 a.m. at the Christ Lutheran Church in Hazleton. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Rosenstock Funeral Home. Gregory R. Shine Kaprazinski of Freeland. A celebration of life will be held on Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the St. Mary's Cemetery in Freeland. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Marie S. Croft, formerly of Cunningham. There will be a celebration of life on September 24th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Adams Ridge Clubhouse in Mars, Pennsylvania. The McDonald Alberilli Funeral Home in Mars, Pennsylvania is in charge of the arrangements. And Carol Miller of Hazleton. Anyone with any information is asked to call the Luzerne County Coroner's Office at 570-825-1664. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Bernard McCowley of Frackville. Call now at 570-455-7267, extension 104 for your free movie.
Making a paper airplane. Go back and check the tape. John Eric Polai pretty much nailed the McGregor-Mayweather fight. It was on Dave Day a few weeks ago. Good job, John, with the prediction and pretty much all the great analysis. Hey, this Wednesday on Dave Day, Dave Seaman and I will break down Penn State's football season, and Ron Marchetti will talk about Notre Dame football. This week in news, we have a preview. There's a big celebration coming up in Nuremberg. We'll talk about that and so much more. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.